Hello, welcome back. Tonight's story is going to be about, I almost call it hibernation. So much of the work I do is outside. Plus I do DJing, and half of that is outside. But you know, when it gets like January through up until now, today's it's the second to the last week in March. It's so quiet with all the bad weather we've had. It's almost been like living up at the North Pole. Part of what I'm talking about is just the isolation. Your house almost becomes your prison. Boring, lonely. Aggravating. Nerve-wracking. Since I haven't been able to work in quite a while, except for an occasional DJ job now and then, I haven't had no money, so even though we have a truck, I haven't been able to take her any place, do anything. Me and Deidre have pretty much just sat right here all winter. And the combination of the loneliness, boredom, isolation, it's just taking its toll on us. Not so much in a physical way, but in a mental way. It's like I feel like I'm in another world, locked out of the real one. Yeah. Me and Dee have even had some very unpleasant, unnecessary fights, brought on by the stress of just kind of being locked up together every day. A lot of the work I do as a DJ, gets me out. I love to go out to the nightclubs to see the live bands. I'm not just a part of the night world. I feel like I am the nighttime, because that's the time when I live. When there was something to live for. In these months, I've sat up to all hours of the night, 2, 3, even 5 in the morning, just doing nothing but watching videos. I think Netflix is about the only thing that's kept me from going totally berserk. It's a little easier for Dee. She loves to read. For her, movies have become just a major part of our everyday lives. It's one of the few things that helps us hold our sanity. Each time when I look outside and I see the snow on the ground and the clouds in the sky, there's a silence, a cold, icy silence. Oh, how I yearn for the times I was on the road, the times I was in the clubs at night, the times I was working outside during the day, traveling, visiting, partying. But now like somebody living up in the Arctics. Just empty. The silence around me is almost like a deadly silence. And every morning that passes, I wonder why I even get up. It seems like there's nothing to get up for. But I've found one thing that keeps me a little happy. Let's say it, well, maybe it doesn't keep me happy, but it makes life tolerable in this frigid time. I exercise every day. I'm doing it more and more. Room next door there, or we haven't done any remodeling yet, and the whole room's empty, so I just put my DJ system in there and play some music and rock and roll. You know, lift weights, calisthenics, jumping rope. Try to keep my body healthy and strong. Of course, the last couple of weeks I've contracted this nasty cough, which I actually think is an allergy. The seasons start to change, the climate changes, and it brings on allergies, and in my case it's usually a bad cough. When I go to the doctors in April, I gotta see if I can get something that'll help suppress it. Just when we've got food in the house, I guess I spend most of the day just sitting in front of the computer like I am now, or in front of the TV with something to munch on, something to drink. Just let the time pass. Earlier in the year, I tried to do more work that I could do in this house on the remodeling, but until I get more money, I'm pretty much at a standstill. I guess every day I do a little bit of cleaning here and there. Just I don't want the house to fall into a pig pen. But I don't know, when you feel the way I do right now, just empty and lost. A lot of things that normally would matter pretty much don't. Because when I do some cleaning, it's just for something to do, pass the time. You know, during the last few months, it wasn't for all the hours I used up cleaning and exercising. If I didn't have my computer, TV, I'd probably snap. And you know, it seems strange to me that even though I've been living with Dee now for the last 6 years, and you know, even though we have our days, I never trade her for anything. I love her more than anything in this world, but even living in the same house with her, I actually feel lonely, you know? Seems like her company should be enough. And maybe it's not as much company I lack when there's no one else around. It's activity. You know, we've got 2 bars here in town. I could go down and hang out and shoot the shit with somebody. When you don't even have any money because you can't work. Can't even do that. I guess I feel like a prisoner in my own home. But even in these cold, barren times, the one thing that keeps me going is hope. The hope for spring thaw. To be able to go out and work again, to DJ again, to do landscaping again, do other jobs. I hope that I'll have money again and be able to, you know, go out and live the nightlife again and be on the road again. You know, just the hope that I can just live again. 'Cause the way I feel now, I'm not alive. I'm just surviving, existing, but I'm not living. And you know, just existing day to day doesn't do anything for you. It just makes you feel like the whole world's gone. I try to think of the few things I can be thankful for in these hard times. Of course, D is my main thing. Without her, I'd probably be in the nut house. She's a very dedicated, devoted, and strong woman. You know, she's not only held herself together, but she has really helped hold me together these last few months. If it wasn't her, I'd probably die. It's just such a great emptiness around me, though. Life itself is empty. There's nothing in it, nothing there, except the hope that there will be. I don't know if I can, but I'm sure we're gonna try to find some way next winter to stay active, so I don't end up feeling like this again. And you know, the most painful part about all of this for me is when me and B have those arguments, when this emptiness makes me kind of snap and I take it out on B. Nothing that breaks my heart more than when she's in pain. I thank God I have a woman who's as devoted as Steve is. She stayed right by my side through hell and high water, through thick and thin, through better and worse. And I believe through her I'll be able to get through these times. Many of you have ever heard the old 60s tune, The Song of Silence. Well, I think I'm living the real life version right now. When I walk outside, though, I've noticed I've some birds have actually come back from down south. There's a little sign of life popping up again. Hopefully it won't be too long before it's back in full swing. You know, whoever you are that is listening to this, if you have never been kind of isolated in your life, away from everybody and everything, you can understand how this is for me right now. Contact me. We can talk. Anyone I have to talk to right now, it would really help a lot. You know, I don't care what we talk about, but I need someone to talk to. You know, the one thing you have more than enough time to do in these dark days is simply to think. There's a lot you think about. One thing I think very much about is my daughter, Jacqueline Elizabeth Scheer. Yeah, she has a different last name than me because me and her mother split up 5 months before she was born. Took me, I shouldn't say it took me a long time to get over Jackie, because I've never gotten over her. You know, you get over your exes, after a while you realize you're better off without them. But your kids, you never get over. No matter what happens, your kids are your kids. Jackie is my only biological child. She's 18 now. She just went in the Air Force. Well, she went in that program where she's in the Air Force, but at the same time she can go to college. She'll be there 6 years. So she's got a chance to do something really good with her life. And I hope she gets her chance. I don't know if any of you have ever actually lost a child before. Maybe some of you have. When Jackie was 4, her mother and the geek that she married split up. Jackie went to live with her grandparents, her mother's parents. And I'll tell you this, they made my life a living hell. I had to go to court just so I could get visitation rights. But, you know, they could have let me see my kid, but they didn't. They wanted her all to herself. I know you're not supposed to say names sometimes, but I'm going to come right out and do it this time. Patricia McSherry, Charles McSherry, who live in Addison, New York. You poisoned my daughter's mind against me. You are selfish, greedy people who made me lose my own flesh and blood. I wrote to her for a long time. For a while she'd write me back, but then she'd stop. And I could never get her to talk to me again. I had visitation rights. We wouldn't meet at her house. We met at another location that was easier for me to get to. But we got to where when I go up to see her, she wouldn't even want to talk to me. Because you, Pat McSherry, I'm talking to you mainly. You filled her head with lies about me. You poisoned her against me. You only let me see her because the law said you had to. You lied to her about me. And you know, I don't have much religious faith these days. But I'll say this, if there is a dark overlord, and his name is Satan, who rules over the kingdom of hell, I hope he reaches out with his claws and takes you right down to hell where you belong. I hope somebody makes you pay for taking my child from me. You poisoned her against me. For years, you told her lies about me. Lies! Just filthy lies. My own baby. And everyone, right after she turned 18, well, I shouldn't say right after, a couple months ago, Jackie did finally call me for the last time. I'd been writing letters to her forever. Finally she wrote back. I mean, she called me and she said she never wanted to see me again. She thinks I'm this terrible person. She said I never fought for her. My grandmother made it so I couldn't. There was nothing I could do. Now Jackie blames me for everything, when it's her grandmother's fault. It just makes me sick inside. Pat McSherry, you make me sick inside. I just hope someday you finally learn what it feels like to hurt the way I hurt. You know, Pat, you're just like Mrs. Olson on Little House on the Prairie. Your attitude towards people, towards money, towards everything. You think people are like merchandise in this store. What's they're bought and paid for, they're used to do with as you see fit. And you took my daughter away from me. I get disgusted when I even look at you, Pat. You parade around in your expensive furs and glasses, and you know you think you're almighty, just like Mrs. Olson did. You know, let me tell you something. You're just a big show-off. As far as I'm concerned, you're nobody. I know in your whole life, you've had money, you've had it easy, you had everything you wanted. You don't know the meaning of the word pain. Again, if there is a devil, and his name is Lucifer, if that is true, then I hope he inflicts as much pain on you. I hope he teaches you the meaning of the word pain the way you put pain on me. I hope that with all my heart. These last lonely, painful months, I've had plenty of time to think about all of that. Well, that's all I've got to say tonight. I hope the next time we talk I can have some more pleasant information to share with you all. For now, things are what they are.